Hi, Cancer. Mary Ellen here. As you know, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Here to do your reading for May 2020. And as always, couple of notes my guides are saying. There are an enormous number of links below the video. That's coming through from my guides. I don't assess it that way, but that's the word they're using. So we have links below to the ability to make a donation to my channel. People have been asking me lately, so I put the link back there. There is a link below for the special COVID-19 pricing. You can come and get a little reading for $25. I've slashed the price down to the bare minimum that I can do. And the way I do the readings is I just do the reading until it's done. People have been saying to me, my gosh, you did that long for 25 bucks. But, you know, that's my job. So that's how I choose to do it. There is quite a number of links below that outlines, sorry, I'm getting a download, that outlines the meditation process that we're doing as a group. So if you haven't started and you want to participate in the literal weaving of the tapestry, we are doing that exercise. We're meeting weekly as a group. There is room for 100 participants. It is going to be live using Zoom. The cost is $11.11 per week. We're going to go straight through to the eclipse, just past the eclipse in July, and then we'll reassess. All right, so a 12-week process, essentially. The link for that is also below, along with all the meditation guidelines to help you prepare yourself and attune your energy so that you will be able to fully participate. And if you've been following along the meditations and you still want to jump in, don't worry about it. My guides are saying everybody is welcome. And there are words coming through about don't worry about your self-prescribed ability. They're talking about don't limit yourself. If you want to join the group, okay? And there are links below for the astrology for the month of May, Molly McCord and Pamela Gregory, okay? Always really important, especially this month. There are a lot of transits coming through this month. So Cancer, let's jump in. Thanks for your patience. I want to choose some oracle cards, and then we're going to dive into the reading. At the end, I'm going to pick from the bag of runes. So please stick around for that, my guides are saying. So Spirit, can you please give us, okay, they're saying they want this card. Let me just check in. Yeah, okay. There are words coming through about freedom, so I'm gonna keep this. And that is from the Animal Medicine deck. Look at that. That is the card for Dolphin. And we're talking about the joy of freedom. That's what that's all about. So playfulness, feeling some sort of, there are two things coming through. Obviously, it's about joy and playfulness. It's about the ability to leap forward from the ocean in which you're swimming, you know, the ability to leap up and have some fun. You're being liberated, Cancer. The North Node is moving into the air sign at this point. It's going to be Gemini with Sagittarius in the South Node. So there's something, I think, a lightness of being that's going to come to you over the month of May because you've been, my guides are saying, you've been relieved of your duty. So dolphin medicine is all the things that you can imagine about what it is to have the life of a dolphin. There are stressors, definitely, for being an ocean creature, very definitely. And yet, there's the light. My guides are saying, there are words coming through like lightness of soul and things like that. So you can expect to feel some of those energies as you go through the month. And your cosmic energy is just released. There's a freedom coming. And you'll be able to focus, I think, more so on yourself. Okay, that just flipped out. This is from the Journey of Love, the cloak. All right, look at that. So we see another image. It's very watery, and it looks as though we see a person there, perhaps a woman, looking, so almost standing in the water and looking out into the light, just to have a contemplative moment. So I like that paired together with this, actually. That's a nice message. So allow yourself to have some deep but joyful contemplative moments. Have a lot of them, my guides are saying. It's the moment that you're in. Because when you've been hard at work on whatever it is in your life, attempting to achieve a goal, which is what the energy of Cancer has been used for 18 months, helping all of humanity to move forward. While Pluto's in the south node with Capricorn, basically, because Capricorn's there, Pluto's there, letting us destroy belief systems, let go of things that don't serve us anymore. That was a heavy load, Cancer. It put some stress on you. So now take the time to be joyful, and there's a reimagining. I think in this, part of what this is talking about, the cloak is, in your quiet way, stand in your place, feel the relief that's washing over you, look into the light of your existence. Okay, my guides are saying, with your many thoughts and questions, I guess. So let's grab something from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Spirit, can you please give us something for beautiful Cancer for the month of May? No longer entangled. Hey, your turn's over, Cancer. You did a good job. And thank you, by the way, to all the beautiful Cancers carrying this type of energy that leads us. My God, what my guides are saying is it led us through a particular type of cycle, because the Cancer life cycle is one of constant regeneration, from a frozen state to a gaseous state to a solid water state. Oh, my guys are saying, often through some thunderous means. So could we please have something as an oracle, Spirit, for beautiful Cancer? Yeah, okay, there's the card. So now that you are released in the way that you are released, that's what's going on here. Thank you, Spirit. So we see you getting ready to go on this vision quest, to leap out into your life, to experience joy. Because of the freedom that has come on an energetic basis, you've been released. Your energy was really utilized. And I think a lot of Cancers, I know a lot of Cancers, I think they really felt it. So let's check in with the Celtic Wisdom Tarot. And we're going to ask my guides, can you please give us the piece of energy? That's the word that's coming through, piece of energy. That's the theme of this reading. What is it that my guides want to talk about? So there are a lot of transits happening, including the nodal axis shift. We're all going to feel it. It's going to be, I think, a very important month, because all the work that's been coming forward to create the shift and change. Wow, okay, Cancer. To create the shift and change for 18 months. Now we're shifting gears, literally. So this card, my guides are speaking with all of us, I believe. This card has come out in every single reading. I've done all the earth sign readings. Now we're doing water sign today. I'm trying to get all the water sign readings out. And this card, so my guides are speaking with us about the state of humanity and the situation that you have been in, Cancer. The types of things I was talking about with the North Node, your energy being utilized to lead us forward, to explore love energy in this place while destruction is going on, so that we can let go of the structures and create a new one. The structure that has to do, okay, I just want to look, yeah. Okay, the structure that has to do with your energy being entangled into this astrological model that we have going on. Cancer, look. It's the end of a cycle. That quest is the 10 of Swords. Something is really seriously very over. And, in the traditional tarot, we see someone lying on the ground with 10 swords in their back. And they're dead, basically. Right? So we're talking about you in these moments ending a cycle that for many of you, I think, okay, my guys are saying the word encounter. You encountered a very serious battle and you felt yourself adrift, unable to reach your desired destination, unable to know what the desired destination was, perhaps. So we see a boat full of souls adrift on the ocean. Cancer, your element. Souls unable to find their, okay, my guides are saying a lot of words. I'm going to say destination. Despite the feeling and the belief. So my guides are talking about your belief system and the way that was all agitated up because you were in tandem with Capricorn, North and South Node. All right, so there are a lot of words coming through about that. I'm going to try to keep it brief, so I'm going to leave the inferences to you, okay? You have been, with humanity, your energy, providing the conductive journey. Okay, my guides are saying for the outcome of love energy. And when you feel lost this way, first of all, you're not alone. There are a lot of souls with you traveling through this journey. Do you see yourself? This came up for Capricorn, so pardon me. So there's you, Cancer. Again, you're at the helm. You are a cardinal sign. You do provide leadership, whether you know it or not, whether you feel capable or not. It's, okay, my guys just said, it's exactly true, like that. Right. So there you are. There's the notion of the soul that resides in the head in the Celtic belief system. And these people are just rowing, and they feel desperate. It's the moment of transition, just before the sun comes up, and you're able to find your way to shore. So, all the things I already said, a month of transition, the end of a cycle, feeling yourself we're talking about two things, Cancer, and I apologize. We're talking about the Earth, global Earth, my guides are saying. All the things I already said about your energy and how it was utilized because you were in the North Node. There are a lot of you out there, and I know a lot of Cancer people, and this theme is on point. There are folks who are going through a lot of trials and tribulations and kind of the dark night of the soul kind of thing. So my guys want to speak to you about this experience that you've had of rowing endlessly in the darkness, with all the fear and trepidation that comes with that, and the belief system that you have had to struggle with that tells you that you cannot reach your goal. And it's absolute, my guys are saying, it's absolute fabrication. This is the belief system that you're going to let go of now. It was part of why you were chained to the North Node, to feel the irritation within you like an oyster has a grain of sand that creates a pearl. So the whole time that the grain of sand is there, it's a horrible annoyance. And the creature's trying to expel it. And it won't go, and it won't go, and it won't go. And finally, it has to make an encapsulation. And the encapsulation of the irritant creates extreme beauty. So that's, I believe, the mission that you've been on. If you've been having a hard time, I'm really sorry. I know I've been through those things in my life. But Cancer, here's the card that now in this moment indicates you. Literally a new beginning. So the ending of a cycle, the ending of a belief system that produces the pearl. And there it is. Look at that. The woman of art. So we're talking about cups. You see the water? So my guides were talking a little bit about the life cycle of a Cancer that's a constant cyclical type of nature, more so than any of the other signs, because you must shapeshift. You must be able to shapeshift because of the energy that you wield. That is Bo-An. She was a sacred goddess. She turned in her cycle of her life, she ended up turning into a river, and we see that expressed in her gown. She has a lot of abundance in her hand. She's become highly activated. When she steps into her true destiny and her true self, her energy flows, and it created a very sacred place within the Irish, my guys are saying countryside. So if you don't know, there are a lot of sacred, deeply ancient, 5,000 years old and more, sites that rose up along the Boyne Valley. So she turned into the River Boyne. So Cancer, you are in the part of your life cycle that now begets flow. So that what is meant to come from the flow of this water that conducts love energy is about to arise and take place and shape in your life. Intense, definitely. Gorgeous, right? So let's take a look at your human existence, Cancer. What is it, Spirit, that Cancer's going to experience this month? What is it they need to know about their energy, please? There's a lot of chatter going on. And basically, my guides are saying, you already know. Okay, here it is. Thank you, Spirit. So I like that. Do you see how that it's art? More cups. More talk about the flow of water. So you're going to make a lot of steps this month. This is an initiation point. So when the flow begins to happen, it's funny. Just as an aside, I have some runes on my desk. And this morning I was clearing off the table, reorganizing the energy to get ready for the readings. And I purchased for myself some rune necklaces, and they were buried underneath some of the stones and feathers and things that are on the table that are behind the computer. You can't see them. And the rune for flow sort of came up from underneath the pile. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. I kind of even forgot it was there. So just FYI, my guides are saying, the movement is going to be rapid in terms of the steps you're going to take. So this is the Seven of Cups. It's the moment when you stand in your existence. And let me see if I can get the glare off there. And you ask yourself, well, what are my actual desires? I have so many choices. You begin to see that you have choices, Cancer. It's very life affirming because you're moving away from this into this, right? Your state of being is this. And then when you reach that station, immediately you begin to see, my God, look at all the choices I actually do have. I thought I had none. Wrong. My guys are saying, nope, wrong. You couldn't see them because you were in this state of being. Just trying to stay alive in a sense, because these people fear death and they feel that they are in the state of death because it's the end of a cycle. So of course you're feeling that. You've been through a lot. So suddenly you go on this sacred journey. You see that? Cloaked to regain your vibration. The adventure of making a choice, of exploring all the choices you do have. Cloak. Hang on. My guides I love them. See that? The cloak. There's a mystical process going on. It's going to go on deep inside of you. So when we see these kinds of things coming forward, my guides are just, there's a reason for celebration, but it's also it's a joyful, solemn moment. Thank you, Spirit. So when we have this kind of message coming forward, and we see it coming out in multiple ways inside the cards in the reading, then please do your best to focus in that place. Part of the joy, I think, is the joy of choosing, of knowing that you have many choices and you can create your life in any way you want it to be. because you're free and you're unentangled. There's something going on in the background. I'm going to try to hold it off until the end of the reading, and then it has to do with the Zoom group that we're doing to weave the tapestry, okay? So, Cancer, go straight for it. Your destiny is literally turning, and you're going to go deep inside. That's what the cloak is about. Go deep inside to consider all your choices, because what you're going to do is regain your instrument, the vibration of your life. It's phenomenal, Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, let's get some more energy. Spirit, please, the next step for Cancer as they move through the month of May. What is it they need to know, please? That's going to help them on their journey. There it is. 2 things. Okay. So it's interesting because I just did a reading with somebody the other day who is a Cancer, and this is now coming out. All right, remember that? Leaping out, becoming free, taking on the next step of your journey with joy. Look, my guides are really speaking to you, beautiful water sign people. That's more Cups. The Knight of Cups, who goes through a death process in this deck, because we're, it's based on Celtic mythology. So that's what all the stories are leaning toward, right? So there's this person who's been through their death process. If you don't know, in the place of Ireland, there are very sacred places that souls pass through in the ancient realms. They came into this, into an incarnation. They left this place on a spirit decision basis, and their bodies were cremated, and they were placed in these very sacred tombs that exist in Ireland. In order for them to go through, okay, my guides are talking about the circuit of the tripartite soul, so that they could move back into the universe and be free to reincarnate again. So this person has leapt out. They've been through that process. My guides are talking about the solstice. If you don't know information about Newgrange and all the things that happen there, please go online and look at it, okay? I don't want to take your time today to talk about it, but it's profound information. So there you are. My guides just said, exhuming yourself and coming back to this place of joy. The Knight has a lot of power and carries love energy. That's their gig. That's their whole desire, is to express their love energy and enact it and utilize it and experience it. Okay, so there you are. Okay, a knight, a warrior. Look at the throat chakra. It's time for you to speak, whatever your truth is. See how activated you are, Cancer? It's beautiful. So we see the garments of total transformation. Do you see the energy in your hand? Hang on one sec. I got to put my cards down. There they are. Okay. We have the male and female together in this expression of flow. There's too many words coming through. So I'm going to leave it at that, okay? These are the steps that you're taking. My guides just said to get your groove back. You're going to get your groove back, Cancer, if you've been stressing. All right. So I think this is a particular message for a particular set of people. Hang on. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. That's the Four of Wands. In traditional tarot, it's known as the marriage tent, the sacred tent where you make a sacred bond with another person. And Cancer, for you, you're bonding yourself. You're coming back into the ability to bond yourself in a sacred way. And you are going to have this moment. It's because it's a 4. The 4s in every deck are about contemplation. So you're going to have this moment where you're just going to feel yourself restored and repaired. And you're going to take these moments of contemplation. That's the second time that's come out, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. And you're going to be able to see your battles, whatever they were that brought the Ten of Swords moment, as something really profound and exalted. You're going to be able to have rest. You're going to be dressed in your passion, Your walk has been transformed. We see the blue shoes. You have your vessel back, Cancer. So my guides are talking about the increase of your vessel. So here you have a bowl in your hands. Here you have a jug of water, and you're standing in front of the water element. You can refill your jug anytime you want. So that feeling of lack is going to go away from your life in all the ways that have been described. And you're going to sit in your element, really joyful, sitting in a beautiful summer day, flowers in your hair, sitting next to the water element, which is where you belong, right? So if you've been having some troubles, go to the beach, go to a pond, go to a lake, have some time literally communicating with your own element to continue to do your review, because you're going to feel the ability to do it now, I think, because you have come into this sacred place and you want to rejoin the community in some way, whatever that is. So I can hear that a phone call's coming. It might interrupt us. I turned the sound off. Here's the next card. This is the card that my guides call the bridge card. It's the energy. It's the description of the energy that flows through your human life and is literally the string that ties you to your soul contract. Look, Cancer, I'm so happy for all the Cancers that I love. Look at that. Another quest. So this is the quest we started with, right? Death. I'm going to explore this experience for myself so that I can find my destination when the sun comes up and reemerge more deeply expressive of my own state, of my own identity, knowing who I am. And when that happens, I'm going to experience this. Okay? So we're talking about you as a vessel. Do you see all the manifestations of your vessel, Cancer? Actually, it goes like this, doesn't it? That's coming forward in this reading. It's poignant and really uniquely beautiful. So you are going to be having this journey, because this is how it sits. Look. This quest, it's the quest for love energy, sacred love energy from the universe. What is it that you've been trying to find? And you're reaching your destination, because that is the 10 of Cups, the whole enchilada, right? Again, in traditional tarot, we see an image with, a happily partnered couple. They have kids, they have a dog, they have a castle, everything's awesome. And there's no question, and there's no need, and there's no desire to try to create. The search, the quest is over, because you come into concert with yourself and your own guides, the angels, whatever you want to call it, right? Spirit masters, etc., etc. That is known as the Akashic Records. The things that you need to have revealed to you about you are going to be given now. That's what this is all about. Look at the tunic. Again, the color of transformation, and yet you still have your passion on your cloak around your neck. You've got your weapon. You've got your power by your side. And you've reached the mountaintop, so to speak, and there you are. So I think, really, if you can have a moment where you can go to some sacred, quiet place, give yourself the gift, Cancer. Give yourself the gift to have your sacred journey. Ask for assistance. Okay, there's another card popping up. Ask for assistance from the people around you who love and support you, and be willing to say, this is what I need. I'm in the process of making choices and finding my pathway, and I'm going to need support, and I'm going to need love. Be strong enough to be vulnerable, because I believe in these moments, because this is over, there's no way it's going to shoot you down or give you any guff, because you're re-illuminated and you're standing in your place. And from that place, you can speak your truth and create your destiny. It's fabulous. There's one more thing I want to note. Hang on one sec. I've got to put my cards down. So this is how it sits on the table. Do you see how that woman's gown flows it turns into a river, and it's flowing in this direction. That's the passage that you're making. And there's the sun. It has come up. So, when I do a reading, as many of you know who've come for a reading, the readings sometimes they can last for 3 hours. Depends on what's going on with your soul journey. So there's the next card. Let me just show it to you. Look at that. A major arcana card, an enormous amount of energy. So it's on the table like this. And I always do, but I'm just reminding you in case you're new. I always take a picture of the cards and post it on the community tab after the reading comes up. So there's the progression that you're going to experience. Because like my guides have been saying, this is the moment in which you come into balance. That is the balancer of harmony. So you're going to have the ability. That is what your soul is employed in for yourself, for your human life in the month of May. You've been through whatever it's been. And, feel free to leave some messages and let me know. So now you're coming into balance. Your central meridian is going to be activated, and you'll be able to stand in the flow of the energy in the universe and create new growth, totally transformed, because you're stepping onto the next part of your soul journey. And I'm feeling bold enough, I guess, to suggest that what you are doing is you are literally stepping into the next and the new, my guys are saying new cycle for your soul. You finished something, Cancer, and you're not going to be the same again. You're going to stand now in your soul, my guys are saying soul birth and things like that, in this new place. And you're going to reside there. Okay. All kinds of words coming through. It's what is next on the menu for you. So let's check out what that's all about. Spirit, can you give us some more energy for Cancer? A little more information about their soul cycle and the circuit. Yeah, that's what my guys were talking about. The circuit of the tripartite soul. And your soul is made free. And that comes out, actually, comes out in the Judgment card. Interesting. Okay, Spirit, can you talk to us a little bit more about this, please? Let us know. For Cancer. Oh, boy. More cups. All right. When you come to this place of balance, more releasing is going to happen. You're going to be able to balance and understand in a very deep, profitable way, my guides are saying, the battle that you went through. And there's your soul doing battle. It's really interesting because we see the reflection of humans engaged in a death march, a death battle of some kind, feeling like it's over. And now we see on a soul level the reflection. But because you come into balance, you're able, there, you see the sun coming up yet again? Change. So a numeral 5 always indicates significant change. Something is turning. And what's turning for you is your ability to finish a process that had to do with grieving in some very significant way. Losses that you took on while you were living, thank you, Spirit, while you were living here as a human, maybe over the course of your lifetime, some very significant loss. And it took this much of a soul journey for you to come to balance about that issue in your life, whatever it was. And now you understand the things you have experienced. So you're going to be able to let go. You're going to be able to really see the loss for what it was and what it is and how it impacted you. And you're going to pick up your 2 remaining cups that are full. You're going to turn and walk across the bridge. Right? So if you don't know, in traditional tarot, we see a person who actually, thank you, Spirit, wow. Hang on. I have a computer stand on my desk, and so I have to push the cards underneath, and then sometimes it's hard to find them. Hang on. So we see a person in traditional tarot Standing on the banks of a river, there are 5 cups that indicate love in their lives. 3 of them have turned over and the love has spilled out. That person is standing there peering into the cups. Yeah, peering into the cups that have spilled and focusing on that, focusing on the loss. And that person is cloaked. It looks a lot like the Hermit card. So they have on a cloak, which means they're not available to themselves, to the people around them, because they are hyper-focused on what has been lost. And it causes a lot of sorrow, sadness, the willingness to be standing in the sorrow and the sadness in order to finish it and come into balance. So once you come into balance, you are going to finish it. Do you see how the cloak is off? So in the 5 of Cups, the person has the cloak, covering their face and they're looking down. In this card, the cloak is off and the light has come. It's causing me to feel very tearful. In the moment, there's a lot of love energy coming through for you, Cancer. Sort of as an acknowledgement, my guys are saying the truth of the acknowledgement of the emotions that you've gone through. So you will see the light again. And when you finish that process, because you come into balance, you're going to turn around. You know those 2 cups are there. You know. But you have not been able to focus on it for some reason because you've been busy. So you're going to turn around. You're going to walk away from the spilled cups. And you're going to go on your vision quest. You're going to pick up those 2 cups, whatever's in them. I believe it's your desires, your heart and your desires. My guides are saying you're going to bring that home to yourself. And then you're going on this quest, this vision quest. That's what it looks like in the Celtic mythology illustration. Sun comes up. You're done with the battle. This is about a story about trees who were forced to turn into soldiers to fight an unethical battle for an unethical king. And they didn't want anything to do with it, and they rebelled. So these notions are all over this reading. I really love it for you, Cancer. So let's get one more card, okay? Can we have an outcome? So my guides are saying, so remember, what we're talking about is your experience as a human interactive being. Okay. I can feel the card coming up. As a human interactive being, and on a soul level, we see the journey and why you've had the experiences that you've had, because you literally incarnated to come here for this moment. These really difficult moments. Thank you, Spirit. Whew. In order to have this battle. Depending on what you believe. That's what I believe. We all came here to have the experiences we're having. Because it's what we desire on a soul circuit level. We're all sort of experiencing and in training, if you will, and moving forward into a very pure form of imponderable energy. There you go. Cancer, in case you thought that was a bunch of baloney. That's the sacred sword of victory. Okay? So I like it because what this person is doing, again, totally transformed, this person is chanting and saying prayers and singing over the sword because he is intending to have victory. So he melds his energy, like my guides were saying, imponderable amounts of energy onto the sword because he has come into a moment of literal genius and brilliance. This is a prophecy. It's an augury. Okay? So the prophecy about this battle. Yeah, now my heart chakra's cracking open again. The prophecy about this battle has always been there. That is what you need to know about this incarnation. It's extraordinarily true. I like these notions for all kinds of personal reasons. And I love that it's coming out. So you're in the moment. You're done. You can just, it may not feel instantaneous, but that's what the month is going to go forward in this way. That is the Ace of Swords. So you have literally, Cancer, completed a soul circuit, and your soul is made free again. so that it can contemplate itself in that moment of brilliance with extreme clarity about love energy. The augury of battle. See how happy that person is? Look at that. Right? So this card on the last station of your soul journey is extremely powerful. There we go. Okay, that's how it's looking. It's actually backwards. But we have the balancer of energy, who came first. Then we have this card. You know, what I ought to do is get in the mirror and practice in the mirror in my bathroom, because it's a skill set that it's long overdue. My guides are saying it's long overdue. They're right. Okay, so there you go, Cancer. Expect your moment of brilliance, and you're going to feel it in the deepest stratum of your being, because we're talking about your soul, the literal circuit of your soul, finishing something for a new beginning, because you start the month with an ending. It's phenomenal. And I just, it might sound a little silly, but I just want to congratulate everybody. And that's why Dolphin's here. You're going to leap straight out. And you're going to feel liberated. And you're going to feel an extreme amount of joy, I believe, when you take this soul journey for yourself. Okay. One more card. All right, we'll get an outcome card, then we'll pick from the bag of runes. Spirit, can you please tell us? Give us an indication. After the finishing of this soul journey, what is it? Yeah, okay, they want this one. Love it. The revelation of knowledge about your soul. All the things I've been talking about. Why'd you come here? How many battles did you have? The fact that you had stamina as a soul being and as a human being for this long journey. Do you see how we're looking out over across the water, and there's that warrior who, in the mythology of the deck, was a warrior who dedicated himself to the motherland of Ireland that was invaded many, many, many times. And this person just stayed and shapeshifted throughout a long existence, an epoch, my guides are calling it. And then in the final, okay, my guides are saying things like, in the final throes of that battle, as an experience of never experiencing death, but always coming through a death moment in order to shape shift into the next condition, my guides are saying, that's needed for whatever the battle was that is at hand. There's some connection for you, Cancer, about, okay, my guides are out. So words are coming, I'm getting a picture. The picture I'm seeing is light traveling across the universe. So for many of you out there, you've been on this quest for a long time. Like many lifetimes. 10, 15, who knows? In this person's final lifetime, thank you, Spirit, they turn themselves into a salmon. And they get caught by a fisherman. They get taken to the, fairy tales, right? So the salmon gets cooked and served to the queen. When she eats it, she becomes impregnated, and he is reborn again for the last time. And he is reborn as the poet Talesian, who was one of the most revered wisdom holders. I like it. All right, Spirit for Cancer, please. Can we please get some information about the month of May, the month of transition? Take a look at the links below, and so that you really know all the movement of the planets, because those are going to be your stages of growth, I think. So inform yourself about that. Look at your chart. What's your rising sign? What's your moon sign? What's in your house of home? What's in the 12th house? What's in the 8th house? Find out so that you understand yourself and your journey, your energy, okay? Okay, Spirit. From the Norse Pantheon, please give us some information. Piece of information for Cancer. Here it is. Here it comes. Okay. going to read it to you from the book, Cancer, because I want you to hear, my guides are saying the exact words. So this is a rune, Fehu. It is about nourishment. Interesting. It's about, signified by, where's my card? By cattle, the kind of life that Boan had. Cow wealth, that's what her name means. Okay? And we're going to read a passage about nourishment and possessions. So this is a rune of fulfillment. Ambition satisfied, love shared, and rewards received. It promises nourishment from the most worldly to the most sacred into the divine. Because if the principle as above, so below holds true, then we are also here to nourish God. This rune calls for a deep probing of the meaning of profit and gain in your life. Look with care to know whether it is wealth and possessions you require for your well-being, or rather self-rule and the growth of your will. Perfect. Another concern of this rune is to conserve what has already been gained. It urges vigilance and continual mindfulness, especially in times of good fortune, because it is then that you are likely to collapse yourself into your success on the one hand, and perhaps behave recklessly on the other. Enjoy your good fortune. Remember to share it. For the mark of a well-nourished self is the ability to share and willingness to nourish others. Cancer. Wow. That made my day. So thank you so very much. I really appreciate your being here with me for this reading and your presence on this channel. Have a lovely, lovely month of May. Make sure to drop some messages below. I'd like to hear what's going on for you folks and how this is being expressed in your own life. Thanks, Cancer. Enjoy the shift. It's going to be a big one. Bye.